Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota Pit League Season number 3. We are here today with a great matchup. Evil Geniuses, again, arguably one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world right now in Dota, taking out Power Rangers, the consistent CIS squad coming in. Now with another new stand-in today. In this game specifically, Jadam wasn't here in the last game. We'll see how he does as they get off to a fast start with Troll and the Bat Rider. Line for Evil Geniuses to go with them. Again, as always, organized by One Game Agency and brought to you by High Ground TV. We are here. We got Pitmuckle on the production as well as other things. We got myself, Mott, of course, the main casting. Joining me today is going to be Trelf. Trelf, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, and it's fun to watch EG specifically. Just how they played together last game was, like you mentioned, just really good teamwork altogether. It wasn't just the Samael show, although mostly it was, but just good teamwork overall together. And the new draft starting out here, I'm wondering, I see right off the bat something interesting, right off the bat, as Bat Riders picked, but Bat and Troll for Power Rangers, which is definitely more meta than what EG has, which is a Lion and a Bane. And I'm wondering if they pick, because I'm thinking, okay, the Lion is pretty good in general. It's just an overall great support, one of the best, at least right now. It's good against Bat Rider, who blinks in. You can instant hex if you're on your game. I'm wondering if they pick Bane as a direct result because of the Troll. For a number of different reasons. You can ulti through BKB on Troll. It keeps him in place. You can sleep him if he doesn't have a BKB. You can also enfeeble him, and it has a very long cast range. And it's an easy way to just get rid of most of his damage. And I'm wondering if PPD thinks that this is a good counter to Troll, because on paper it looks like it could be quite good. Because you wouldn't just pick up a random Bane pick right here, would you? Like, it seems, oh, let's just pick Bane. It seems like a good hero with Lion. No, I think it's a direct response to the Troll Warlord, so we'll have to see how that pans out.
Yeah, no, it absolutely, again, like you said, it makes sense on paper. And it also helps that PPD is actually a big fan of this hero. He just doesn't get to play it a lot because there are better heroes often. And even in this draft, he could have picked up, say, something, well, the Venge was banned by them, but there are other heroes in the support role that could have worked here. But Bane seems very, very solid against the Troll Lord, against the Bat Rider as well. Nightmare taking him out of the fight, maybe Fiend's gripping him if he tries to get in too quickly. The animation's a bit slow for Bane, but I still feel like, and also in lane, he's a monster. Brain Sap does a ton of damage, keeps you up and ready to go because of the heal. I think these are two very good supports. They can roam, they can get kills very easily. The Lion leads in with a Hex, maybe an Earth Spike followed up by a Brain Sap. That's a kill in its own right. Maybe without any extra help, that's enough. And I like the choice so far for Evil Geniuses.
The only drawback is they're very single target heavy, so they don't have much AoE between these two heroes. Unless, of course, you bought like an Axe on Lion or something, but that's a little inconsistent. So that's the only drawback, but I do like the idea of having Bane against Troll because you essentially have 3 very good counters to the hero in general. So it's just very effective. I'm curious to see how it works out. But, I mean, still, Troll, Bat Rider is very strong. Witch Doctor as their first support here, which is actually really good against Bane because it's got not only his own ability to just single out the Bane and stun him if you need to cancel his grip, but even if you're not singling him out, if your cask is like bouncing around, Bane always has to be wary of that, so it's a pretty good hero against that. I also imagine, oh, never mind, it's actually banned out in the first phase by PPD, but the Earthshaker would have been really, really good against Bane.
Yeah, that's, I mean, they know the strengths of that hero, let's be honest. Yeah. They've played it a lot, so.
The next best one is definitely the Rubik, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up Rubik at all, because if you're picking up Witch Doctor, I generally think you want to prioritize him as a 4 just because of how good that Axe is. Unless, of course, we saw him paired up with a Chen when it kind of changes a little bit because it's just a really nice pairing of damage to, you know, some other jungler getting farm. But Rubik doesn't really need that much farm. Yes, a Blink Dagger is very, very good, but that's really all you need. And can do pretty much just fine without it, too. And it's one of the best heroes against Bane. So as far as the other support's concerned, I was just thinking too, Silencer would have been good, but that's banned out just recently by PPD. But Rubik is probably at the top of my list for PR.
Telekinesis is pretty solid. Making sure you can steal the Fiend's grip also is very easy in this situation. But we'll have to wait and see. Evil Geniuses go for the Lina. Fear has been the primary core Lina for them. However, actually, I don't know. Have they given this to Samael at all, or has it really just been Fear?
No, Samael will play Lina probably. I mean, they could run core Lina, but with Bane, Lion, or sorry, one position Lina, but with Bane and Lion, that seems a little weary to me. I fear they'd have not as much tanky punching power in the mid-late game. But I expect it to be mid. They're really drafting around this troll, I feel. Like, Bane for all the reasons I mentioned before. Lina, if you pick him in Ags, just goes right through that BKB of troll and just decimates him. So I feel like they're really trying to play around this troll warlord pick. And why wouldn't you? We've seen what this hero can do. It's really ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, when you see this hero enough, you have to imagine that one team is going to be able to counter it or at least figure out some way to deal with the hero. His win percentage in this patch isn't as high as people make it out to be, but at least in competitive play, he's still very, very good. But we will see the non-standard mid show for once in a while. No Sniper, no Shadow Fiend, no Storm. So those three heroes completely banned out, not able to be picked. We talked about how Lina's probably going to go there for Evil Geniuses. We'll see where Power Rangers send, what hero they send, I should say, towards that lane. Batrider, always an option, but probably not. Same for Troll. I mean, these are two heroes that could go mid, but more than likely Troll safe lane, Batrider in the off lane. And do they pick that support? Maybe Rubik, like you talked about. Do they go for a mid? And if so, what mid is it? We'll see.
I mean, Troll Warlord could still go mid. It's not bad against Lina. I think Lina definitely wins. Lina wins. Yep, there's the Rubik. That's very predictable for them just because it's really good in this game. But I mean, Troll Warlord can go mid. He'll probably lose because Lina just will pump out tons of auto attack damage and spam all the time. Axe is going to be picked up for Evil Geniuses, so it could be a one-position Axe. Definitely could be offlane too. I think it's a little bit better to have one-position Axe on Radiant because offlane's not as good on Radiant. But I always thought that actually Bristleback was pretty good against a Troll Warlord too. Just because it's easy to kind of kite around him. If you get your back turned to him, he doesn't really do that much damage, even if he does stun lock you. So I'm curious to see what they do. I think that the universe plays Axe more.
Yes.
So that leads me to believe that it would be an offlane Axe.
I think you're correct in that statement. I don't really see him playing that much Bristleback, which doesn't. I mean, I'm sure he's played the hero before, but if I search for it in recent games, I don't see any real. Your patch 6.83C. Dota buff, help me out. He has not played Bristleback once in this patch at all. So just throwing that out there in case you were curious.
Well, so much for that then. I mean, we'll see. They got one more pickup, and they still have options as far as where they want to lane things. I think it doesn't really matter.
Just Axe, by the way, at 10 matches. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I expected too. That's fine. It doesn't really matter where they lane and what they, what their lane setup is and who's playing what. It's more of, do they have the heroes that can counter the heroes of PR? And I think they do so far. So that's the most important thing. I do think that the Rubik is a very, very good pickup. I think PPD was kind of juggling between, should I ban out the Silencer or ban out the Rubik? Silencer is a super easy counter to Bane. Like, you don't have to be anywhere to cancel the ulti. It's good against every single hero in the game almost. So maybe he was fearful of that just a little bit more. Like, Batrider jumps in with the lasso, you global, and then there's literally nothing you can do.
Yeah.
It's very, very scary. And maybe he just weighed his options a little bit and felt like, yeah, Rubik is good, but I'm a little bit more scared of global silence.
I mean, I would be as well. It's not one hero that you're countering like with the Rubik. It's the entire 5-man team when you're running in and you're trying to fight. And then all of a sudden that global comes out at a beautiful time and you can't really fight anymore. It becomes too difficult. So we'll see what they pick. They have 1 second left to reserve time for Evil Geniuses. PPD's really thinking about this one. For Power Rangers, they have 10 seconds. They do have Jotum, who I want to say is very good as well. We'll see what role they put him in. More than likely support, but they last picked the Warlock against Alina. And I actually like this a lot because the standard build for Warlock has been Shadow Word and stats, and it is very hard to burst him down because of that. He's actually one of the tankiest heroes, and it's not like he has bad right click either. His lane viability in mid is not bad at all.
Oh, his right click is very good. He's one of the better right click damage dealing heroes in mid. As you mentioned too, just because he goes stats most of the time, he doesn't really need the other two skills to do well in mid, or even to do well in the mid to late game. I mean, obviously those upheaval is very good, but it's going to be a juggernaut here last for, I presume, Fear, and then Axe in the offlane. So more standard lanes coming out for Evil Geniuses. Samael mid. I really think that despite Warlock being an okay mid against Lina, I think it's a relatively even lane. I don't think it's like, yeah, we got the counter to Lina. There really is no counter to Lina. I would say the best thing is maybe a sniper, but that was banned out.
Yeah.
So it should go relatively even. I still think that Lina has an edge just because she has spam. I still think that Lina wins. That being said, I think that Power Rangers would be smart to roam the mid and kind of stifle the farm of Sumail a little bit, because if he gets a very fast Yules, it's pretty much a kill on anybody. So I still think that roaming mid would be a smart decision here.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how the game shapes up. I do want to mention very quickly that we're going to ask for a call to action. We're very close to hitting our last compendium stretch goal. We are at 243,000 plus. We need to get there. So just go ahead. If you've loved the tournament, if you've even liked it, check out the ticket or the compendium bundle. I highly recommend it. You won't regret it. We're getting close to that last stretch goal, and I guarantee you it's a doozy. We'll have to wait and see what it turns out to be. But for Power Rangers versus Evil Geniuses, our last game of the day, and I do believe we will have a bit of a break. A couple of days off, although games can be rescheduled, so I might be wrong about that completely. But as it stands right now, this might be our last Dota Pit game for some time. And we'll have to wait and see how it turns out, as Ditch Your Eye is going to be up at the Troll Ward in that top lane. They will put Fear more than likely bottom. AUI 2000 is circling the Dire Ward, which I'm not sure if he knows it's there or not. Cheshire Cat, I think, just walked all the way down there. I don't think he TP'd. He had boots first, so he was able to get down rather easily, but standard start, nothing too insane, and I don't think we should expect too much from the beginning of this game.
Yeah, and I was waiting to see if Owie would like ping after the ward was placed, but he didn't ping, so I don't think they saw. And even if they did, Bane bought, I mean, they have boots on their line, and Bane bought extra items like the Iron Branches and Clarity, so he doesn't have money for a D-ward even if they did. Even if they did spot it out. So that ward will be down there for quite some time. It doesn't block anything, it just gives some vision. Which I don't really know if the vision actually matters against the dual support of Lion and Bane. This is very, very difficult to... Like, just because you see them doesn't mean you're like, oh, I can see them now I can lane. It's like, you still have to back off when they come.
Yeah, you can't... You're not going to be able to stay close at all. And unless one of those supports is out of position, and you get some sticky Napalm and Firefly in them, and you get a kill, that's nice, but... As soon as you see both those supports, you're just going to be like, well, I guess I'm not going into lane at all. But as it stands right now, PPD is going to be here mid for the time being. And maybe they try to go for a kill. Sumail not skilling anything up. PPD going to enfeeble quickly. Yeah, there it is, that long range enfeeble. Good luck getting CS now, he says as he backs up.
I got one.
He gets one somehow. His base damage is still very high, although with minus 30, he's down to about, you know, he's at 60 now. He's about 30-ish now, so it's ridiculous how much that enfeeble does. But we'll see. PPD might stay, he might rotate out. Universe realizes that top lane is probably not going to be the place he wants to be, so instead heads to the jungle. He will farm that up, and he'll try to get his early Blink Dagger.
Yep, Cheshire Cat did block really well, and unfortunately Fear missed a couple creeps on this block. It's very difficult on Radiant, especially on a hero like he's got 295, or wait, maybe like 300 base movement speed. It's not like a Luna or someone that has ridiculous base movement speed, so it's a little bit harder to block. So he should get a nice level 2 here in this lane. Maybe then after he gets some levels, he can go rotate to the jungle. They're already stacked a little bit for him, so shouldn't be too bad for him.
Yeah, this start already feeling a bit better than perhaps the last game. It is very early again, but I mean, I don't expect any crazy kills here, although Jadam's rotating around. He has a smoke, but there is an Observer Ward, and Sumail will see this completely. I mean, he might throw the cask, but it won't really do anything. It won't bounce whatsoever. Cheshire Cat actually stealing a bit of the jungle creeps, trying to stop the pull. Doing some work with this Firefly. Very difficult to contest this on the Radiant side, the Firefly, I should say. And PPD does get off the triple pull, which was nice. And it'll kill the creeps really quickly, so not a big deal. Yeah, Ichiro gets free farm too, by the way.
He does get a bounty rune on Bat, which is pretty nice for him, but this resets the lane perfectly. So if you look and see where Fear is farming, it's the creep equilibrium is perfect. Nothing is pushing mid lane. Actually, Sumail taking some damage. Jottam has a haste rune. He's pumping in some auto attacks. There's a stun. It does miss, unfortunately.
He might go down
really
salve. He's dead to the Shadow Ward. Bottle up. Can he bottle in time? Last tick. No, nope. He goes down. The last tick gets the kill for Zara. Oh, I thought for sure he was going to be able to survive with that last bottle take, but got a word bringing him down. And Zara now having, we talked about his Queen of Pain woes in the last game. He's feeling himself this game so far.
He's feeling himself. I mean, yeah, I think Universe just played the lane really, really well. And like I said, in the first levels for Quap versus Clockwork, I won't talk about it too much, but it's not like a huge win for Quap, but once you get those levels, it should be a lot easier. But maybe he just had an off game, who knows, but he's definitely playing a lot better in this mid matchup.
Absolutely. That first blood is huge, stopping Sumail from rolling. Firefly for Cheshire Cat just on the pole camp, which was very smart, actually. I think he blocked the secondary pole camp as well. So he actually just takes all of the camps. Fear doesn't mind. He's pushing right into the tower at this point. His Basilius is done, and I'm sure an Aquilo is going to come out at some point. Has a Quelling Blade, which is... He didn't have that at the start. He picks it up because you need some extra oomph, I think, sometimes out of Juggernaut when your base damage at the beginning of the game is 52, which is not awful, but you want to be able to secure that CS.
He just took a ton of auto attack damage from the tower. It was like 5 tower hits. So he's out of regen in just a second, and could play a role here in the laning phase, but smoke mid. They pinged it out themselves. Oh, he broke the smoke a little bit early on J4, and he might still get it. They're kind of wishy-washy. I don't think they're going to get this.
Hard. Earth Spike onto 2, Light Strike Array, Universe running in. Does have the battle hunger. How far is he willing to chase? Looks like pretty far. Jotum, the call is going to connect, and that's an easy kill for AUI. Great rotations from Evil Geniuses. They commit too hard for that smoke, man. That's just, they go in too ham, and they end up losing 2 heroes.
They should have backed off when as soon as J4's smoke broke, they should have backed off. Even if he did connect the telekinesis, which he did, it was just that gave them time to respond. EG's one of the best teams of responding to help out mid. They really are. They really like to secure mid. Even in an interview, PPD said that as long as we can secure mid farm for Sumail, he usually can take over the game, which is quite true. So you have to be really careful about ganks like that. Like you should know that they will respond if the gank doesn't go perfectly for you.
Meanwhile, Ditcher Ra and Power Rangers securing farm for him top. He's the lead CSer. It's clear to me after watching them that they value him very highly in his one position role and making sure that he gets the CS. Doing a lot of tower damage. It's only been him really up at this top lane. They've done a lot of rotations elsewhere. We've seen them mid twice. J4 will get pinged out again, so they know that he's there. AUI 2000 is nearby. Has a Smoke of Deceit. Will they pop it? They throw up the Observer Ward defensively on their own side of the river, which actually gives them some decent vision as well. And actually doesn't show the complete other side, so they don't see J4 right now, but I think they saw him earlier, and he's backing all the way up. Let's see. Universe is up to 800 gold. Tranquiling up currently, and continues to try to get to that level 6. We'll see how things swing for him, and as soon as he gets that Blink Dagger.
Yep, he's got some stacks for him too. They actually just pinged him out a little bit. That ward is fading just a few seconds, but yeah. And they're also sharing experience with Lion, which is smart because he hasn't really been able to sit anywhere and get a good experience, and he needs that level 6. So yep, it's kind of a slow start right now to the game, but we'll see. Cheshire Cat's really just staying mostly in the Radiance jungle. He's going to take these 2 camps, which is very, very good. He's actually going to get really greedy and go for the 3rd one. His Firefly doesn't do too much damage at level 2, but if he stays here long enough and doesn't get contested, this could be really good.
Now, this should be enough to get him to 5, maybe not 6. It'll be close. And he'll have Lasso, but he won't have any way to initiate. No Blink Dagger yet, but he's getting up there. Compared to the offlaner who was Universe, who is getting free farm in his own jungle, he's doing pretty well. And then PPD is the one leeching experience top. So they are splitting up the map pretty well. They've had J4 mid for so long on this Rubik, and he's not really accomplishing anything. They see him, they have this Observer Ward, which is very well placed. So it's very tough for them to get in close to Sumail, and I don't see them really doing anything to him anytime soon. And that's going to be a big issue. Again, like you talked about, putting a lot of emphasis on making sure Sumail doesn't get shut down. He's having a fine time. So is Troll top, though. That's the other difference.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it's a very slow start to the game, very even. I imagine EG's fine with this, because as long as they're buying time for the axe, which is essentially just a jungle axe right now, as long as they're buying time for him to get a Blink Dagger, I think they're okay with that. And he's actually out farming Cheshire Cat in his ability to get a Blink too. Cheshire Cat spending most of his time trying to disrupt the lane, disrupt the jungle of EG, and not prioritizing his own farm, which could be a mistake, but he does have good levels at the very least.
Cheshire Cat, yeah, that's the biggest thing. Wait, does he have any jungle stacks? Did he already take them? Yeah, he has a couple of stacks. Does. Meanwhile, PPD, Cask is up, Telekinesis, a free kill coming out of Ron. That is dead bottom him, as you say. Battle Trance may be.
Oh!
Fear actually gets juked. He might get to the high ground. Omni Slash gets canceled by Juggernaut. The vision, the fog, and the new change to the range of Omni Slash becoming a factor. Fear not getting the kill, although probably should have.
I mean, that was a mistake by Fear for sure. He shouldn't have used his spin. He should have just kept auto-attacking, and if he did get out of range of the creeps, which he never would, because you want to stay by the creeps, it becomes a very bad situation for Beth, but thought that his Blade Fury would do more damage so he wouldn't be forced to use an Omni Slash if it came down to it, but I think that was a missed call by Fear. I think they definitely should have got that kill.
Dumail has a haste rune. He's going to get cast up. Now Cask is done. J4 has some trouble. Telekinesis is going to go. And there's the battle trance. He's still hasted. PPD comes in, blocks. LSA going. Sumail about to fall. Gets one kill, but that is not worth it, I think, in the end. And that was a body block from PPD. That's probably, he's saying that's on me. Sorry about that. Sumail should have lived there 100%, and instead goes down as he gets blocked.
Well, that's unfortunate. Mid lane, Zara does have a Midas, which is really good. I think it's the most standard thing. The tower does fall to the Radiant, but Fear unfortunately doesn't get the last hit for it. And there's the blink for Universe. That's a sub 9-minute blink onto essentially a jungle axe. Very, very good timing for them. I think at this point when you're PR, right around this minute mark is maybe you don't expect the blink, but it should be in your mind that you need to start putting some lane wards. So they have one mid. It's not the deepest lane ward mid. It's something though. They don't have anything top, although the tower is dead there. So they just have to be very wary of this. They're probably going to bring on a smoke here relatively soon for you. Yeah, he already bought it once for himself. Actually, no, PPD bought it.
They're going to smoke it between the two of them, Universe and PPD, and they'll leave Fear to farm through his own devices. He's sitting at 4th in the net worth right now. His Mask of Madness recipe is done. His mom is getting very close to being completed, but they'll look for a kill bottom. J4, an easy target. It's easier to pick on a Rubik before he hits level 6 or just in general in the game. He's not the best hero for surviving, and it looks like he won't survive here. Call is going to go. They even grip him. I'm not sure that's necessary. PPD, that's a little bit too much, buddy.
I know he has 1 point in Brain Sap, but that I don't think that was necessary at all either.
I mean, you have Calling Blade. Brain Sap does a decent amount of damage at level 1. Well, yeah, I guess it's only 90, but it is pure.
I guess he's really concerned that that he doesn't get enough spins that they can maybe Rubik lift and then someone comes in. I think that was
fair. That's fair.
I mean, it was a really safe play, but I don't think he necessarily needed it. I am surprised that he's put full 3 points in an Enfeeble. I thought maybe he would start putting it in maybe like 2-2 or something, but really wants to. This is a direct counter to the auto attack of Troll. So in engagements, if he just throws that Enfeeble on Troll, that's problem solved essentially. Like, he doesn't really do much magic damage with the whirling axes.
90 damage reduction, and early on in the game, I mean, he has a lot of right click though. Look at the Troll, 84 and 75 because he has a freaking Alpha Wolf behind him, but
yeah.
Still
Another smoke. Another smoke mid.
Here we go. Universe looking to jump it again, but the counter smoke. They see them on the high ground. Last one's gonna go. There's the golem as well. This might be Power Rangers fight. Universe running away. Nightmare. Universe in trouble. Earthspike not gonna do anything to the golem. PPD gonna fall as well. Sumail gets lifted. Big fight for Power Rangers. Big smoke. Fear walking in. Might have been too much. Actually has to leave. AUI now hexes up Cheshire Cat. They might even lose another hero if they're not careful. But they'll lose 3 heroes and the tier 1 tower. Power Rangers, what a fight, what a smoke, what a play coming out from the Belarusian squad.
I don't even know if to call it unlucky or just better heads-up play from PR, but it was like both teams were jumping at the same time, but the golem just really screwed everything up for EG. And very nicely played by PR. They get a tower out of it. They get a lot of farm. And
shot him dead. He's probably dead. He's dead.
He is, yep. Oh, Omni Slash stolen.
Oh,
Rubik, he steals the Omni Slash. He also has a Ghost Scepter out of nowhere. This is pre-12 minutes. That's really, really good.
He was saving money. He had 1,000 when he died bottom. So he definitely has been investing in this this Ghost Scepter, which, I mean, is both... It's very good against the Universe Axe and obviously Juggernaut.
The Jug, yeah.
But again, it's also a double-edged sword because there's a lot of magic damage coming from Sumail, coming from Bane, and coming from AUI 2000 specifically. So
yeah,
he has to be careful.
I mean, there's just really no way to deal with all of it, though. Like, you have to kind of pick and choose what's going to be the most problematic for you, and it's usually going to be the Juggernaut ulti. But so I think it's a really nice pickup. It's very quick for him. Omni Slash is on cooldown, so PR knowing that they should be able to defend this any kind of aggression. And EG walks together to place a very deep ward. They might find some... Yeah, they're going to find some trouble here. Jotum gets the cask. It actually bounces all the way over to Universe.
Oh, that finger blowing him up. PPD low. Omni Slash stolen. Gets the kill with it. Now
and he steals the Earth Spike too!
Oh my lord. J4, what a play. What a player indeed. Gets 2 quick kills. Nice turnaround. This Rubik, it's pretty good. It's doing some work. Also, by the way, I didn't see this earlier, and this is a complete tangent. I'm sorry for going off topic, but this is a very deep ward coming out from the dire side from Power Rangers, which they got when they were diving, almost certainly. But anyway, sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I kind of cut you off too. That was just a really nice play by Rubik. Like, that's exactly how you need to play him. Like, use your big spells and constantly steal more spells whenever it's off cooldown. You just want to be casting as many things as possible in the midst of a team fight. And not only did he steal it, but he stole it quickly, and he used it right away. And it was just Earth Spike, one of the better spells, because it has no windup. It's just instant. It's hard to kind of... I mean, you know he has it, but you don't really fully expect it, like, mentally. So, very nicely done by J4.
This has been his game. Although getting killed bottom, he's gotten some revenge. The Yules does come out from the Lina, so Sumail is going to have that added X factor. I mean, he needs something because his team is pretty far behind at this point. I mean, we're 1,500. They have caught back up a little bit. I think Fear took a stack. Yeah, his ancient stack was taken. I think that's where that 500 gold comes from. They've lost a couple of team fights. And these have been team fights where they haven't really fought on their own terms, and I think that's the biggest factor. Now they're going to get caught again. Cheshire Cat, he's in the river, he's waiting. They don't see him, they're going to jump in, lasso onto Sumail, and they will not be able to stop this. Earth Spike is going to go, stolen Sumail, going to use up the Death Ward. Jotum gets the full one off. Can they cancel with the Nightmare? Laguna Blade does kill J4 in the end. It's a 1-for-1 trade. PPD about to fall here, has the feeds grip, but obviously not going to use it. Now the axe call going in, on to 2. Jotum gonna fall. They get the golem off final. Universe has to hightail it out of there. Cheshire Cat cleans up PPD. Fear not helping his team at all. Finally TPing in. Doesn't secure the tower. Looking for an Omni Slash. They'll back away. He might take the golem if possible.
I'm taking Roche.
Yeah, the troll. I heard the battle trance. I'm like, I'm not sure what that's for. But that answers my question quickly. And Roche plus a couple of kills going to be an excellent way to cap off this team fight.
It definitely could have been cleaner on the side of PR. After the initiation on the Sumail, he heals himself very low on life, but he still got all of his spells off as he came down from his heals, and he actually got the kill onto Rubik. I think they could have maybe done a little bit better job making sure he died before he did get a counter kill. It would have made a huge difference. But nonetheless, they do get the Roche out of it. Their mid tower will fall. Maybe they can get a deny. Oh, they're putting some aggression onto Aoi.
Jump in, call only onto 1 though. Now the fingers are Omni Slash. They get the ulti off. And Fear wants to clean up this tower. He's gonna find it. The cask will keep him around, but they're kind of losing some heroes. LSA is gonna go Laguna Blade. They don't care about the age. It's a quick turnaround for Evil Geniuses. They send all 5 heroes down mid lane. They say, we're gonna 5, man. We're gonna take your tier 1. Might even take your tier 2. What are you gonna do about it? They throw up the healing ward, and Evil Geniuses, ooh boy, they're coming.
Yeah, they just have a lot of stuns and a lot of control. Universe with some amazing initiations back-to-back this game, like all the time. And it's really setting up the kills. They also didn't really anticipate all the damage coming out from Fear because he wasn't in that last engagement, so he didn't use the Omni Slash. And I don't know if they were ready for that. So very nicely done. That's a big bounce in favor of EG, getting 2 kills, getting the Aegis, and 2 towers as well. And a Blink Dagger up on their Lion too, so now they have some follow-up initiation with that X.
16-minute Blink Dagger for Aoi. Again, they like to make sure that they get their farm on their 4 position. AUI, more often than not, going to be that hero. PPD playing the 6th position again, it feels like, but still, they're doing rather well. We look at the net worth graph, and it zips right back up from a 2,000 deficit, which Power Rangers had in their favor. Evil Genius is looking like a solid squad right now. Manta Style done for Fear, out of mana to use it, however. They're looking for a gank. They're going to find him. Luckily, did just buy his item. However, he's done. He is going to Manta out. He will get telekinesis. And they do get the telekinesis. They also stole Healing Ward. Laguna Blade, Ditchara! It's a core for a core, a carry for a carry. Sumail finds the kill with the Laguna Blade, and all of a sudden, he was pretty poor. They're going to engage now. Earthspike got a Cheshire Cat. No lasso, no Firefly. Gets forced back up to the high ground by himself. Now we'll try to TP away. Needs to LSA immediately. They won't get it. Sumail not in time. And they somehow all get out impressively.
Yep, Chol's going to need a BKB so fast. The problem, though, is that, and this is why I think Lina was picked, and even Axe was picked, they just have ways around the BKB. Even the Omni Slash from Jug is a good counter to just the BKB on any hero. But it's scary. Like we saw, just one combo from Lina kills the troll from full to nothing.
Yep.
So it's, despite them getting a very nice pick onto Jug, it doesn't really matter, except for the fact that Rubik's still healing ward, which is level 3, and could play a role in the next fight. It's a really good thing to have when you have, like, say, a Warlock on your team. You have multiple heals, you have a really good team fighting ability and Chaotic Offering. He's actually got no points in upheaval. He went 4 into Fatal Bonds. It can do a ton of damage if he gets some good connects, and it's 6 heroes that he can get it onto, or 6 units, I should say.
Yeah, he needs it. They need all the damage they can get in these fights, and now with the 2 golems, they have that X factor, which is something I wanted to touch on. Is that is not, you should not take that ability lightly, and I don't think Evil Geniuses do. It's tough to fight around that. Blade Fury, so Fear doesn't get picked off. They counter smoke wraparound from Evil Geniuses. Fear does take that tier 1 tower. Blink coming in. The call on Zar. The Finger of Death not doing that much damage. The Earth Spike going as well. Calling Blade, not quite there yet for Universe. Looking for the chop, misses. The gold comes out. He gets it off. He steals it. Meanwhile, I think
Pink DC
Universe in trouble, about to fall. Cheshire Cat, Fear, now grabbed. Omni Slash is available, but he gets brought down. Zara stays alive, just barely. Need 2 right clicks will do the job, but Sumail runs right into the golem. Cheshire Cat gets fiended up. They do have Laguna Blade, but PPD about to fall. Brain Sap not in range. He should have used it on J4. He'll go down. Cheshire Cat gets the kill. Still on the hunt. AUI 2000, only with a Hex. He's got 6 stick charges. He is going to be able to blink away. Sumail looking to re-engage after bottling up. LSA not connecting. Turns into a 3 for 2 coming out. Big fight for Power Rangers, but here comes Ditchara looking for a Whirling Axes. Sumail blinks away, avoids it actually, and stays alive.
Wow, Cheshire Cat spent so much time waiting to get the lasso. I thought he was going to blink and, like, try to flame break the initiation onto the Warlock, because if that Warlock died, that fight is completely over. That was so close. But I actually thought he was disconnected because he took so long. Places a ward. It ended up being still favorable because the Omni Slash, I don't know if it's on cooldown or just didn't get a chance at all to use it, but wasn't used.
He died too quickly, I believe.
That's huge, yeah. They almost got the kill on Sumail, but he used himself, despite the goldness being there for immolation damage, was able to blink out after the Yule, so that was really big. If he died there, it would have been a massive fight for PR, but then it ends up being relatively even, but still favorable for PR.
I mean, this game is very much a lot closer than the first game, and PR is showing that they still got it. They get the Fiends onto Fear, but now the Hex up immediately. The Earth Spike onto 2, Omni Slash onto 2. They'll grab a double for Fear, and they're not done yet. Sumail comes in, gets the Yules. The LSA is going to connect, no problem. Fear gets the triple kill, and they'll push right down bottom lane.
Baited. Weren't expecting...
Throw that up on the chat wheel.
Yeah. Weren't expecting the Lion to be behind there at all. So they wanted to make something happen with the Rubik's steal of the grip, but just weren't expecting people to be behind him, and ends up being a disaster.
I thought Fear was all alone, to be honest, but they rotated so quickly. And that'll secure them a celebratory tier 2 tower as Fear spins out, and no Roshan for another about 3 minutes or so. I think that is going to be a pretty short respawn time, I believe. Meanwhile, Lina is not electing to purchase up the Acceptor just yet. He's looking like maybe a Lincoln Sphere is the better option as he picks up the Perseverance. I don't think it's a refresher. Lincoln Sphere might be the best bet for Sumail at this point in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit interesting. He just really wants to... not get, yeah, I mean, it has to be for the lasso. They can also maybe put it onto, like, the Bane while he's channeling an ultimate, but there's still multiple ways to counter that. They got Flame Break, they got Rubik can even cancel it with himself twice or 3 times, so I guess it's just a linkage for himself to kind of dodge the Bat Lasso a little bit faster.
There's the BKB for Ditchara, and I mean, he desperately needs that. The only thing that they do have to worry about, like you talked about, Fiend's Grip, obviously. Call is a big thing in Omni Slash. So still a lot of abilities for Nichira to be concerned of. Fear picks up a Diffusal Blade specifically for these Warlock Golems. I mean, there is a small cooldown between the charges, but one Golem dying immediately in a fight is pretty good for Fear if he can get it off. And I think that's going to be pretty big for them. Because I feel like the Golems have been a big factor for Power Rangers in these team fights. So if one of them dies, that's huge. If not both.
Yep, BKB is on the way here for the Bat Rider, which is very, very strong. He's got then no ways to get countered unless it's the... well, I guess the Fiend's Grip could be applied, but that's kind of weird. And the Axe Call is the best thing. So, but Universe has been on this game, man. All game, he's been really, really on point with these Axe Calls, so...
Going Force Staff, by the way. We saw what he could do with Force Staff last game, so it's a smart choice.
Yeah, the big thing at like, for instance, DAC was getting the Yules, because you could actually call someone while they were Yules, which was just retarded.
What a broken ability. Still, even.
You can still hook people, I think, through Yules. I might be wrong on that, but I think you can. You can't?
You can.
Oh, you can. Okay, yeah. It's pretty cool.
I like that. I think that should always be an attended mechanic. That seems so sick. I'm up in the clouds. You'll never get me. Oh, that's a meat hook coming. I'm dead. Just, it's kind of funny, honestly. The first time I found that out, I was the one being hooked, obviously, and I was like, what? Are you serious? That was a while ago, but I was frustrated.
No, the pudge hook.
Pudge hook, man.
Like, if you self-use yourself and your allies pudge, you can just get hooked up in the middle of it.
Meat hook goes right through it. Pretty crazy. You should try Pimp. I'm a big fan. Pimp literally ghost. Well, AUI 2000 farming up a Void Stone for a Duels, I guess. It seems to be the most likely option because he's not going to be able to farm a Scythe, I don't think.
Maybe stacking Lincolns. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. That could be another option.
Yules is probably the option, though.
Yeah. For now, the game is slowed down a bit. There have been a couple of Smoke of Deceit ganks, but they haven't been able to connect. Cheshire Cat's got a Firefly looking for a target. He does have a very well-placed ward, which he put down himself. Lincoln Sphere is now done for the Lina, so Sumail has some protection. He's still invis. I don't think they have a gem on the Dire side. They do not. Roche is up. Fear's gonna head into the pit. They see him go in there. They more likely than not did. They have a ward up. They'll send in the Alpha Wolf. It's going to get spotted out. They know they're in there. Sentry Ward now on the ground. They can counter this ward up on the high ground here if they so choose to. But they've got to fight this if you're Power Rangers. You got to get your double golem off. They're looking to jump in. Whirling Axes going to get vision on his PPD. Looking for Fiend. Might find it. Enfeeble's going to go through. They get the finger off. Death Ward going through the goal.
Oh my god.
Bouncing to so many. They're going to get 2 kills immediately. Sumail's about to fall. Roche is so low. And Power Rangers will take it as well as the Aegis. Fear gets 1 kill on the backside. But still, what a fight from Power Rangers. What a Death Ward coming out from that Witch Doctor, doing so much work. PPD, they're not done yet. He's gonna get caught out. Stun locked for days. He can't not get stun locked. Are you kidding? Oh my lord. What a bash lord he is, Ditchera.
That was a disaster, and that was only I thought for some reason that Witch Doctor had Aghanim's. It looked like it to me for some reason. But that just did so much damage. I don't know who it was. It was either Owie or Sumail or PP. I don't remember. But Universe went in with the call, which I think was fine. He was just trying to buy time. But then someone like went right next to him, and it caused the cask to just completely stun lock.
AUI, I believe.
It was, but Sumail was up there too afterwards. It was like 3 heroes just all got stun locked by that, which gave time for the Warlock ulti to be really, really effective. So, well, what a disaster. We should check out that again.
Let's see it again. We're gonna send it over to Pimp Muckle. Pimp, take us through that last fight, man.
Alright, let's see who of you guys actually had the upper hand, I guess. Yeah, it was actually both of them. They were standing right next to each other. Everyone there. They were just having a party. And gotta say, Cheshire Cat, he got killed on the fight. But it doesn't matter. He had Fear on the high ground, on the cliff there. And Fear was actually really lucky. He was right here on this cliff. I'm marking at the Roach pit. And he actually got his Omni Slash off. If not for this Omni Slash, Fear would have been stuck there for ages. And there was nothing they could do. That was just absolutely sickening. Back to you guys.
Oh, well, I mean,
stuck
that's...
there for ages. Eh?
I did a knee slapper for you. We need one of those. We need one of those instant rim shot website thingies, which are, by the way, the funniest thing ever. But well, okay. Pemp says they're not. Apparently, way to bring me down, dude.
Wait, hold on. All right, I don't know. So someone can actually write in Dota Pit chat, exclamation Trouf, and Moobot says Trouf was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
excellent. Oh man, I love chat commands so much, dude. Those are the best.
Oh my god.
Hold
Oh,
on, let me. So it's exclamation point Trouf.
Yeah, now he's doing it in chat.
I want to do it.
I'll do it.
Yes. Got him. They're probably like, oh, the game's over now because we're typing in chat, but that's not the case. We're just having some fun, folks. This game has been topsy-turvy, back and forth. 2,500 for Power Rangers. There was a 5,000 net worth lead for Evil Geniuses. Now back to 0. Hills and valleys as they catch and try to chase after Cheshire Cat, who did get diffused up by Fear. That was his first diffusal charge, by the way. But still, they couldn't catch him. He is up to 4.2k. We'll see what item he goes for next. Maybe Scotty? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's really good this game. I think Basher would be good, but it's really good this game because he's got the Ghost Scepters to work with and deal with, but it also purges up the golems, so I mean, essentially there will be 4 golems, so you can't really, it's not that effective against it because, like, on paper it sounds nice, but you're never going to get like 4 purges off in the midst of a team fight. You're going to be doing other things, you're going to be using your ult, you're going to be running away. It's like, it's not practical essentially, but I think it's more against actually the Ghost Scepter. So we'll see if that comes into play. It also just gives you tons of damage. Like, personally, I'm a big fan of when you buy Diffusal to upgrade it immediately because it's one of the best cost to what you get kind of ratios, if that makes any kind of sense. I should have worded it differently, but basically you're spending 700 gold for an extra 15 agility and 4 intelligence, but you'll never find a better deal than that. It's
when I play Phantom Lancer, I always have this thing where I buy the second Diffusal later than I probably should. I always go like Diffusal 1, Manta, like a heart, and then I pick up the second Diffusal. I feel like getting that second Diffusal blade earlier allows you to just destroy everybody. Maybe I'm wrong. If you're farming fast, at least.
It needs to be taken case by case, though. Like, for this game, I could see why you'd want to stagger them because the Diffusal charges actually mean something this game.
Right.
But in other games where you don't really need them for, like, say, Purging Repel or something like that, then upgrading it right away can be good because, like I said, it's just a ton of value getting 15 agility for only 700 gold.
I want to point out that everyone is typing exclamation point Trouf. Literally.
Are you going to break the Moobot?
I mean, it's already broken, dude. That thing's dead. I'm sure it has some sort of command or it has a delay on it if anyone's spamming it too much. Hell yeah, mods can do it easy. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, chat.
Get wrecked, chat.
Oh, I'm so good. I'm the best. All right, they're going in bottom. Smoke of Deceit. The true wraparound, and Power Rangers somehow don't suspect a thing. I don't know how. Nobody's farming anywhere on the map currently. They're about to get jumped on. Fear. Cheshire Cat, Pace come out. Universe gonna call. It's only gonna be on to 2. Could have been on a 3. Omni slash going. Ditchira feeds grip onto Zera. Does not get off the golems. Ditchira is on his own. Bashing up Fear. Meanwhile, Fear is gonna go down. Big Jotum ultimate coming out. Universe has to back away. Power Rangers turning it around. Nightmare's up. Universe, he's in trouble. Cheshire Cat pops the PKP, gets the 3rd kill. Ditchira getting right-clicked by Sumail. It's a goddamn bloodbath. PPD trying to get out. Enfeebles 1, low enough. LSA misses. Cheshire Cat too fast. Now the Dragon Slave. PPD trying to Nightmare. Sumail's got to do it all on his own. Finds Cheshire Cat, looks for Jotum instead. LSA misses. Now trying to TP away. No Evil Scepter, but he gets the kill with the Dragon Slave in the right click. Turns it to a 4 for 4. What an engagement.
Oh,
Jesus.
man. That was... It ended up being very even, but God, imagine if Warlock just got his ulti off before he died. It would have been completely over. It would have been so good. And you see the damage, even if he does get enfeebled, I don't know if he was enfeebled this early on, but Troll just completely took out Jug from the fight. Once he got that ulti plus the first bash, that hero is done.
That's it.
That's it. And this is why this hero is good. He doesn't really have that many items. Like, you look at his net worth, it's actually 2,000 behind the Jug. Or sorry, yeah, behind the Jug. Who is going for a Scotty, by the way, almost has it. But, yeah, they didn't get the ulti off from Warlock, and he's going to have a refresher with level 16 This is going to be PR's time to shine once he gets this, but he needs to get that ult off. It's very essential. They need to protect him, force him, use flame break, throw bodies at them, do whatever you can. Just make sure that he sits in the back and get those 2 ultis off. And there's an Aghanim Scepter for Witch Doctor too.
Oh dear, Aghanim's coming out left and right as Luna's about to get hers. There it is. Dota Pit Biscotti, which you mentioned. These defusal charges, it's hard enough to get both golems out of the fight, but to get 4 of them out of the fight, I do not know, man. I don't know how Fear is going to be able to do this. It's so difficult to fight into those 4 golems. They have to fight around that cooldown specifically. PR are in a very good spot right now. I will say that much. What else is there? There's something I wanted to talk about. Oh, I wanted to ask, again, a mechanic question. The Manta Illusions from Ditcherod, do they get the bash inherent or no?
No.
I'm not sure.
I remember no, they don't get the bash. I remember in Dota 1 it was always a controversy because like it would show up as a bash, like it would put the little circle around their head like to signify they were bashed, but didn't actually bash them. I don't know if that's the same in Dota 2, but no, it doesn't bash.
Thank God.
I mean, that would be unbelievably broken.
Yeah, that would have been too much, I believe, but well. Evil Genius is not scared. They're going to push up into the high ground. Well, not the high ground. The tier 2, I should say, the enemy jungle. Cheshire Cat TPing back home. This is not the easiest fight for Evil Geniuses to take if they do take it, because now there's a Satanic up for the Troll Warlord. Ditcherod's a goddamn man. He's 40. He's running out. He's ready to contest, but the tier 2 under fire. Evil Genius is backing for the time being. Universe looking to make a jump. He's going to go for BKB. PPD, no real items on him. AUI does finish up the Yule Scepter. I don't see them trying to take this fight. I don't see them taking it.
We'll see. Here comes Batrider. Universe needs to be careful. Batrider actually blinks away, but Universe forces in. This could be really bad.
Universe in trouble. Meanwhile, they do get the hero off. That is going to be Jonathan flying down.
He puts the Phoenix Grip up here.
Oh my lord, Ditcheron, now it's in trouble. Still has the Satanic Node, pops it now. Upheaval, double golems now. 4 of them out on the field. Sumail getting chased down. This fight turning disastrously bad. Meanwhile, they won't lose anybody besides Sumail and Fear, but 2 big heroes to lose. Power Rangers with a huge fight. Backing away. Oh, the Botson from Cheshire Cat. No lasso, but he might have enough damage. Oh, here comes J4. He's so close, but the blink not up for 10. AUI gets away just in time as that Sticky Napalm did come out, but what a huge fight for Power Rangers, but they only get 2 cores. They really do want to force out a buyback from Fear, and Sumail doesn't have one. He just bought that Ags. Maybe this is it. Can Power Rangers push down? Will they go further, or will they only take this tier 2 tower? That's the real question.
They maybe want to try to force a buyback, but they won't win a fight. They don't have either ulti from Warlock. The Jug didn't even get to use his ulti in the last fight again. That's really, really big. So it really comes down to initiation and who can get, blown up before they cast a big ultimate. Last fight was relatively even, but it would have gone heavily in the favor of PR, had that Warlock got those ultis off. This fight, I don't know if he needed to use the refresher. I wasn't really looking at him, but it seemed like it was kind of a waste. But and they killed Jug, which was really the important thing. J4, he used spells on one hero, stole the Fiend Script on the Bane before he canceled it, and then used it on the Jug, only for a split second, but it did make a big difference. And Roshan falls now. This time Cheese up on the Warlock, Aegis on the Troll. PR's in a great position.
Yeah, they really are, honestly. All of their cores, all of their heroes, in fact, farmed up. I mean, you almost have an Axe coming out from J4 pretty soon, but Universe, they want to fight. They'll find Jotum. The call is about to go. It will fly. Right click not going. Omni Slash out of Ditcherov. Really good Manta style coming out. Satanic popped up by Ditcha. He's getting out of mana here. Lincoln Sphere popped. Ditcherov getting forced to the high ground. There's the finger. He still has the Aegis, by the way. Won't have the Satanic. Laguna goes out of J4. He falls. Zera, no golems. This was the perfect time to fight for Evil Geniuses. Ditcherov trying to TP out. Sumail, LSA, too late to the party. Cheshire Cat, no TP for him. His bot's finally coming off cooldown. Actually, he just gets the mana to use it, and he'll get home as well. Buyback is available coming out for the Warlock. His golems will be up if he does buy back. Well, they should be in about 30 seconds. Still a huge fight for Evil Geniuses, though.
Yeah, I don't know why PR wanted to fight that. It seemed silly to me. Yeah, they had the Aegis Cheese, but they didn't have abilities. They didn't have golems, and they didn't have the jump. And EG had everything up ready to go, so it just seemed like it's a situation of, yeah, we did pick up Aegis and you feel kind of immortal in that sense, but when the other team has abilities up and you don't, even with an Aegis and extra life, it's just not a smart engagement to take. They won't lose anything structurally, I don't think, out of this as they're coming up relatively soon. Actually, Didya gets engaged here. Does have buyback if he dies. Gets forced again. Nicely done by Cheshire Cat.
He is dead. He is going to have to use that buyback more than likely, as the Golem, or Warlock rather, is going to be up in 5. Has the cheese. The last hope by the Sumail. Maybe they buy back now, and they will. Liquid Sphere goes. Sumail in a lot of trouble. Has the Eul Scepter, but more than likely is going to fall here. TP's coming in. And yeah, he's done. They bring him down. Buyback not used for the Warlock. Now they have Golem up. Sumail does have buyback, but they've got to be very careful. Evil Genius is fighting in an awkward position. And Power Rangers, if they can take one good fight and run down mid, they might be able to take Rax, if not the game, with these Golems. We'll see.
Yeah, I think you fight now if you're PR. Like, they don't have Aegis, which is unfortunate, and Didya doesn't have buyback, but you have double Golem. You're going to force a buyback, essentially, from the Lina. You got everything that you need to. Lanes are relatively pushed, except for bottom.
Easy.
But I think this is the go time for PR.
Yeah, the cheese is a very, very, very important factor as well. Didya should have space. He does. They can give him the cheese but I think honestly, it's the Warlock that's the most important hero in this situation. Because if he dies, he does no way to get back to the fight. He has no way he could buy back and then bots in because he doesn't have that type of money. And
they can pass it off in the middle of the fight. There's a Bane grip. Or a Bane ulti on the Bane, I should say.
Universe jumping in, looking for J4. Golem's down. Now the double Golem's about to come out. Zara getting brought low as well. Omni Slash, he cheeses up. Now there's the Blade Fury. Fear can't get it off. He's in trouble. He'll fall if he has to buy back. 3 buybacks from EG. AUI 2000 in trouble. He'll go down. He just bought back, I believe. Now Universe getting chased as well. Universe pops the Blade Mail. Sumail coming in as well. Eul Scepter, he wants the combo. Is he going to find it? Manson goes through. Laguna Blade not available. Now right-clicking, but not enough. Meanwhile, middle lane, the 4 Golems on the tier 3 tower, back to bottom. There's going to be the call. The LSA, the Dragon Slave, the Calling Blade. Universe brings him down with the help of Sumail. No buyback coming out from the Troll. Fear has to use his own, but with no Golems, with no Troll, Evil Geniuses have a 100-second window to work with now, and they will march straight down mid, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to have the Jug ulti by the time all the heroes are up and fighting in the base of PR, and I think that they can actually take one set of Rex if they just all rush there, and it looks like they're doing so. So they know that Troll can't buy back. He's an essential part to their team fight, but the biggest thing is no Warlock ulti, either one. And again, I feel like his refreshed ulti did nothing. He actually cast it onto no heroes. It just was cast like in the middle of where no one was standing. So it didn't really disrupt anybody, but I guess he just really wanted the extra damage with auto attacks, and they do a lot of damage, but and we'll see how well they can defend this without the Troll.
Lasso onto Fear. If they can bring him down, it would be a big kill. They've got to stop this Death Ward.
The Witch Doctor ulti!
The Witch Doctor ulti, destroying everybody. No buyback for Fear. There's 3 down on the side of Power Rangers. Buyback from the Golem. Cheshire Cat pops the BKB. J4 trying to stay alive. Steals the feed grip. Uses it on PPD. They'll leave him behind, maybe. AUI Sumail jumping in. PPD goes down. J4 jumps in and avoids everything. 4, 5 dead. Power Rangers hold off the back end of J4's magnificent plays. Cheshire Cat will bots down bottom. How is this happening?
All right, J4 is fucking legit, man. That was so well played. Everything you did was perfect. Like, stole it the right possible time. Even mid cast of I think the grip that he stole, he blinked forward past the team that he anticipated blinking to him, dodged spells, and then at the last second dodged a couple auto attacks with a Ghost Scepter. It was fantastic. We needed to watch that again.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, Didya is going to be going ahead and taking down the bottom tier 3 tower. Glyph's going to go, and I don't know, man. Evil Geniuses, they have no heroes up for 10 seconds, and their biggest hero in Fear is up in 33. No buybacks whatsoever, none coming soon at all. This is a full set of racks, if not more, maybe even 2 full sets of racks. They get the melee, the range now in trouble. Didya rotates up over to the middle lane. He has no buyback, by the way, nor does the Warlock. Nobody has buyback with the exception of the Troll, or not the Troll, the Bat Rider, the Rubik, and of course the Witch Doctor. They take down 2 full sets of racks. Power Rangers Jotum has been a huge influence in this game, but J4 as well, making some incredible plays. Cheshire Cat popping the Mask of Madness, looking for a target. PPD might be that target. Universe looking to jump in. They have to defend this top set of racks. Blinks again. They blink past each other. Cheshire Cat pops the BKB. Now diving a bit deep. Ditjira getting ulted here. Zar jumps in, pops the golem off. Refreshes, looking for another one.
Death ward.
Goodbye, Fear. Goodbye, Universe. The golem's going again. There it is. More than likely the end of the game. J4 finds a Sumail. Gets a call up, which he stole. Sumail is dead as well. And that is it. Good game is called. Evil Geniuses. They go down to Power Rangers in one of the best games they've played in a long time. Power Rangers looking legit. I was skeptical, man, but oh my goodness, what a game from them.
Oh my god, they took it up a notch in the last 5 minutes there, didn't they?
They really did.
Okay, J4 just played phenomenally in the entire game. He had a slow start, but was able to really pick it up and just, my god, some amazing Rubik play. But the biggest thing is that no one canceled that Witch Doctor ulti twice in 2 fights. The second one, this one we just saw, was a little bit harder because, I mean, their base was being pushed, so it's kind of hard to zone him out and find him and look for him. He was also really far back. That one was hard, but the first one was kind of unaccounted for. Like, he was sitting there. They had plenty of stuns, either an LSA, a Yules, a Sleep. I don't know. I don't know who had what spells up, but the bottom line is someone needed to cancel that, and they needed to be cognizant of the fact that that damage from that death ward is so insane. We've talked about it. It really just can be a deal breaker for many teams, and it was in this game towards the end. So nicely played by Jotum there, but amazing play, especially from J4.
That Rubik, a Evil Genius is a new one, to be honest, and well, they desperately needed that win for Power Rangers. They stay in it. And they are 2-6 currently, not the best record in Group A. In fact, currently the worst, but they still have another series to play. That'll be up against Cloud9. Who knows when that'll be played. Evil Genius is still a long way to go. That's only their second series, and they've won both series. 1-1 against Cloud9 earlier, and then, of course, 1-1 today against Power Rangers. What a way to end the series, though. Power Rangers with an incredible victory. Trout, if you have anything to say before we head out of here for the day?
Yeah, again, really nice plays from J4 specifically, but I mean, they played it well as a team also. It was a team effort, and yeah, there were some really fun games to watch. So if you didn't get to catch all of it, if you're coming in here late in the cast, you should definitely check it out, buy a ticket if you haven't already, and watch these games. They were both fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. If you enjoy competitive Dota, if you've been enjoying Dota Pit, the production that we bring, please go ahead and support Dota Pit by buying up a ticket, by buying up a compendium. We are so close to hitting that last goal, our stretch goal, of course. I definitely would recommend it. Check it out for sure. Again, as always, the production brought to you by High Ground TV, the organization brought to you by One Game Agency. Has been so much fun to cast this season, and we are not done yet. We have a while to go, guys. We will have a bit of a break. No games for a long time that I can see. We'll keep you updated on Twitter. You can follow them at Dota Pit. Twitter.com/DotaPit, DotaPit.com for more information on the schedule as well. If you'd like to follow us guys here at High Ground TV, bring you the action, go ahead and follow Pitmunkle at Pitmunkle. Our co-caster coming in is going to be Trolf. Check him out at Trolf Dota. You can check me out at Mott Dota. I'll be doing NEL later if anyone is interested over at Neo Dota, so check that out as well. Should be some funny/silly and clowny action. But as always, everybody, to all 15,000 of you, thank you so much for joining us. Have a fantastic day, guys. See you later.